All right, guys, but more importantly, that VR porn. All right, it's not bad. It's not bad.
Dude, I want to see.
Oh, I think you're way too ambitious about this VR.
I am very ambitious because I see the potential, and it's not 30 years away. It's like 2 years.
No.
5.
2.
No, I don't think it's going to be anywhere near as big as people are predicting. I feel like it's going to get in people's hands, and people are going to use it for a very specific number of things.
Yes.
And then it'll just
Like
kind
porn.
of fade out.
Fade out, I think
Yes.
it's pretty harsh. I don't think it's gonna fade out.
Listen,
Not like
gonna
fade
It's
out
gonna find,
like
it's gonna
that.
find its
Not
specific
fade out
purposes.
like that. It's going to fade out of the like spotlight. You know what I mean?
No. It's going to
I
create
mean, I
new
think like
genres.
anything else,
It's going to create
it'll be
new
integrated.
brands. Like League
Right.
kind of is a thing, institution now. So it's not going to be League in VR. It's going to be something else that VR kind of
Right.
starts. You know, it's
The vainglory of VR.
and when Omar says stuff like desktop in VR, he's thinking too limited. What we get in VR will not be the current desktop plastered on a screen next to our face. It's going to be a whole new paradigm of UI. Like, why are you limiting it to the current desktop scheme, which was made for the monitor?
Yeah. Which here's my question
Because it
to
works.
that. Okay, why in God's name would you pay $800 potentially if you're getting a Vive or $600 if you're getting an Oculus to have as cluttered of an experience as the desktop?
Exactly. It doesn't. The desktop works for the
Okay,
desktop.
listen. Okay, the early look, you're not going to get the great experiences with the Oculus or the Vive today. Okay, it's obviously still 2 years away for the next generation 2 or generation 3. At that point, you'll be able to do so much more. I think, but I still see if I could put a headset on and I still have my desktop and I can look around and see my desktop, where I can put certain windows in certain places, whether it's League, and it just works. The key is it has to work and it has to be comfortable.
But
If you
don't
can do
you-
those things properly, why can't I play League on there?
Don't you think you're plastering? Look, the term even desktop. You know what that means literally? On top of your desk. You know.
So?
Trying to use that paradigm on it's like this. When phones first came out, everyone before Apple, right, were retarded. They tried to put a full keyboard on this thing like an idiot. Because on my desktop I have a keyboard, you know. So let me put one right here and take up half the screen. That didn't work. They were all shit. So what Apple did was create their own UI paradigm for this. So the people who do well, whatever comes out of VR, is not going to be taking the desktop and plastering it, 1 inch from your face.
But the virtual desktop is already considered. It works really well.
It seems
Right,
so
but what
cheesy.
you're doing is Aaron's right to his point is that it's taking the old
guys.
paradigm and integrating it with new technology.
Look,
but eventually
look at the video
something's going to
link.
emerge
Look at
to
the video
replace it. Yeah, I
Look at the video
saw. I
on
was
the
just
screen,
looking at it. Something will emerge. Something more intuitive will emerge that fits.
I'm not saying this is perfect, but just it looks.
It is
pretty
cool.
decent.
No, I like it. I'll probably buy it when I get my Oculus. But
This is beautiful. This video demonstrates what I'm talking about pretty well.
I'll play it, but I was playing it earlier. I'll play it, this version. of
But
it.
the thing is, again, why? Why
Yeah.
would you replace your desktop with something that's exactly like your desktop?
if
but
the
costs
point
a lot
is,
more
right
money?
now, it's just again. We're in
bigger.
the enthusiastic
Bigger
phase
monitor.
of VR. This is the very beginning. This is how things evolve and transform. That's all. It's because they could. That's why.
Yeah.
That's it for now. And then eventually something will come along. Somebody's going to play with it and figure something out. And
No.
that's
You
how.
skip ahead to this video to the halfway point. You see them playing HOTS, and
I'm
it looks
cer-
pretty good on there,
again,
doesn't
I'm
it?
not saying something won't come out of VR. I'm actually a big believer in VR, but again, I don't think it's going to be taking the desktop and putting it an inch from our face.
No.
But look at
Okay.
HOTS at look at HOTS at the half minute mark, and they're playing Hearthstone. It looks good. People
Yeah,
will do this.
yeah, I believe you. Yeah,
But
I saw
here's
it.
my
why?
thing. Yeah, again, why? But here's my thing.
Because you can. I don't understand the why.
Here's
But
my
why?
thing, guys.
Go.
I still think alternate reality and the HoloLens have more potential than the Oculus.
Yeah,
like so much more
device
potential.
has more potential. Not for consumers.
No.
It's not. That's also the dev kit price. I mean, we don't know what the consumer price is going to be.
No way. I don't see any consumer viability right
I don't
there
see any
with what
consumer use.
with what it is now. I see more
I don't know if
industry
you guys-
application.
But like, if you look at it, it has more potential than the Oculus.
With what? For consumers? For what? For what am I going to do with it today?
For
that
like
I
your
can't
virtual
do?
desktop that you want to use, it could be better because it puts it in front of your face, but you still have the real world behind you.
I don't want the real world behind
I
it.
want
though.
to go.
I don't want to look at my
I want to be on the
real world.
moon, surrounded by
Yeah.
bitches,
What- what
all
if you're-
right, playing my Dota
But what
or
if
my
you're starting
League.
on the moon, right, Omar? And instead of a desktop, there's icons floating all around you in 3D, and your eyes are the cursor. now we're getting
Okay,
somewhere.
but now what you're talking about is 30 years away. What I'm talking about is you can do this today. What I'm talking about.
No, it's not.
It looks
actually,
really good.
But what
Okay,
you're saying is this
no.
is pointless.
Okay, but Omer, it's not 30 years away. They have the other VR thing being made by Starbreeze that has integration with Tobii eye tracking technology, so you could literally do exactly what Erhan is saying, make your eyes look over there and have your eyes used as the cursor in an Oculus format.
Yeah, but
I
ultimately,
wouldn't like that.
honestly, I don't care about the desktop. I want to play my League on there, okay? If I can play, ultimately, you can use your eye to get to the League.
But-
Fine. Now League launches. Can I play League on there?
You're
Yes.
just going to be playing
But
League at
why?
a lower resolution now. That's all you're going to get out of this.
No, actually, the resolution is bigger, technically.
Wow, is it bigger?
But
4K.
Yeah, but 4K here is actually worse than 2K here. You know that, right?
I know because it's stretched out, yes, and you're zoomed
So,
in on
again,
it.
you're going to be.
But
you're gonna
that's
be
the
playing
point. Once they
League-
fix that limiting,
why do you want to play League in VR? There's no benefit at all.
Because
why do
you can.
Why do you,
At that
why
point,
do you want to
just buy
play on
an
an
8K
LCD when you
TV for
play on a
less.
CRT? Why do you have a mechanical keyboard when you don't need one? Because
Because I
can.
thought it was going to be quiet. That's why.
Come on.
So that
We're
backfired.
misled.
By the time they have a 4K headset, right, they're going to have cheap, better quality 4K monitors. Like 120 hertz, whatever. Right?
Maybe.
You may.
But the monitor is so like it doesn't add anything new.
So you just want novelty, I guess.
No, it's gonna look cool, and I'm gonna be able to do other things at once too. I can have a video playing here. I can play a League over here. I can get more like you can multitask better. I can have Slack.
You can have
Skype,
League.
this-
Oh, no, you're not.
this-
Omer, do you know what you are right now? You're that guy in every sitcom that walks in with cool new tech, and everybody else is like, "What's the point of it?" You're just like, "But it's cool," and we're like,
Yes, it is cool. Listen, I think VR tech is like one of the most interesting new technologies because we actually I showed our Gear VR to our older relatives here, right? Our older aunt, and like they were mind blown. Like if you show them a 4K TV, wow, it's a bigger, slightly crisper TV. Who gives a shit, right?
Right.
But like they were mind blown.
I mean,
no other technology blows your mind the way this does.
I agree with that, but remember, what you showed them was a 3D video, right? But so
Yeah.
that is actually
And-
immersive.
okay,
It's an immersive experience. It's not a floating desktop, 2D desktop in front of your face.
Sure.
Yeah.
But the point is the technology is interesting. That's why this is the only. I knew a 4K TVs and shit were gonna be like nothing. Who cares? It's a little bit crisper, you know.
I think
But
you're
this
letting
is-
your enthusiasm for VR get it ahead of yourself, and you're thinking everything with VR at the end is like is gonna be amazing.
No, I mean again, give it 2 years. I said because we need a higher resolution. Guys, I wanted VR since I saw a holodeck in Star Trek. All right, the dream. Even though we're still so far from that dream.
It's not really a holiday.
I know. That's why I said we're not even close to it yet. But it's the dream.
The dream is real.
Guys, we forgot to mention the biggest news
Okay,
of the week.
But see, the HoloDeck is going to come from the HoloLens, not from the Oculus.
No. Just because this is the
The
word hollow.
holodeck is never going to exist.
No,
That
but
too.
the HoloLens is closer to the HoloDeck than the Oculus is.
I haven't seen enough of the
Either-
hollow.
both of them are infinitely far away from the holodeck. No
We
chance.
missed the biggest news, guys. League of Angels 2 is an open beta this week. Who's excited?
I am. We're going to play it right now. Come on,
Let's
Omer,
do
let's
it,
go.
boys!
Let's go download the mini client.
It looks just like the regular League of Angels, like literally the same game, but with
Except for
some
3D.
Yeah, some parts are 3D, and it's still like side-scrolling 3D, so it's not really 3D. Nonsense 3D.
So who wants to play it right now?
No.
Cricket.
I'm
Not
wrecking
even
in PvP,
close.
man.
I,
I'll just-
I-
All I have to do
Something
is
to play
pay.
League of Angels.
All I have to do is pay $20, and I can wreck you in PvP, because that's how those games work, right?
No, I dare you. You spend 20, I'll spend 40. I'll get murked.
Guys,
And then you gotta spend 80. And then User Interactive laughs all the way to the bank.
I'm watching this Microsoft HoloLens trailer. You know what I thought of? The killer app for this will be see them naked. So imagine you're wearing one, right? And you're at work, and there's like a hot coworker. You push a button, it makes them naked, like look naked to you.
It would be
That's
awesome.
true.
I
That's a
think
good
it's gonna be
killer
the
app.
best app for it.
I mean, it's on the top charts from day one. Till forever.
Just makes everyone you look at naked.
Yo, I bought a HoloLens for that. guys, VR porn. That's the potential. And I looked at some VR porn on the gear. It's not bad. It's interesting.
It wasn't really VR. It wasn't VR, was it? It was 360.
No. The 360 was garbage. 360. You had to make it like a regular screen, right? But you basically had a really big screen in front of you, kind of curved. It wasn't fully around, just in front of you, and you can look around though, and like
Yeah,
that part was kind of cool.
I don't think that was.
I thought it was kind of. VR hentai, that's a dream too. I haven't seen VR hentai yet, but I'll keep my eye
hentai will be better on VR than regular porn because they can kind of design it better, like for the 3D environment.
Viewing angles.
Yeah, that's sure.
In fact, I'm searching VR hentai right now, so something I can look forward to later tonight.
Oh man, what am I doing with my life?
Talk about VR hentai with the coolest people you know.
Ugh.
Come on, Gumby.
The whitest kids you know.
Sean, I ask myself this like a few times a day.
Only a few. Then you're doing okay. Then you're doing okay. Once you start asking yourself every hour, then there's an issue. No, I can't find any VR hentai yet. Let's see VR hentai games.
We definitely can't put it on stream.
No,
we walked the line already when it comes to bannable offenses. So.
Oh come on. We keep it clean. All right. This is PG-13 as far as I'm concerned.
Here's a legit question, MMORPG related. Do you think when will we see the first VR MMORPG?
Wizard Online, obviously.
Yeah,
the game
I was just about to
This
say
year.
that.
Yeah, was it online?
But is it going to actually be persistent
Like,
world? Other
no.
players you can see?
Yeah.
It's never,
Yeah,
it's
Duke
never
World.
going to come out. It's never going to come out. I
Well,
guess.
you
It looks
speak
too
motion.
indie.
It looks too indie.
So I think for that reason, Matt might like it, but it looks too indie for me to think it's
my
going to come
God.
out.
Guys,
It's too indie.
I'm literally no life in one of the most high-profile releases in MMOs of recent times, and you guys keep doing this.
That's true. That's fine. You make a point. You make a good point. But looking at, it seems too ambitious for a studio that no one's ever heard of. I mean,
Those are the ones that are game changers.
Guys, let's watch the
it's possible.
let's watch the Wizard Online pre-alpha gameplay video. All right.
Yeah, I've already seen it. It's not that impressive. Like, I think there was a cool video released earlier this week on somebody remade like a scene in Ocarina of Time on Unreal 4. It looked really nice, right?
Yeah, I looked at it. It was really
But
cool.
like, I actually downloaded it and just ran through it. It doesn't take that long because it was just an area. You can attack, you can jump, and like there's almost no gameplay. So it wasn't really that impressive because all the guy did was put some Zelda art in the game and let you walk around. But I feel like looking at some of those Kickstarter games, they can't even do that. You know, like this one guy managed to do this and probably didn't take him that long. But so many Kickstarter games don't even get to this guy's stage.
Yeah.
And most of the trailers you see for VR on Kickstarter for the super indie games are people walking around, and those are the easiest kinds of
Yeah, like look at this game.
games.
This looks worse than the default Unreal Engine, which is, by the way,
Just walk
VR
around.
native.
Wizard Online?
Yeah.
Wizard Online has combat in the video, though.
Yeah. If you go ahead.
But don't these graphics look worse than Unreal default?
The ground looks terrible.
Okay, the
ground.
thing you have to remember about default Unreal Engine assets is that they were made by the experienced team at Epic Games.
Good. So why don't you just use those instead of this Duke?
Look how like big his
Because
hands
they're
are. They're so
default
lanky.
assets.
Yeah, I mean they're free though,
His
right?
hands go down to like his knees. Yo, my hands will go down. Look, the guy's hands go down to his knees.
I don't really care about that, but
I had to make sure my hands weren't that long before I said anything. This is why I stood up.
I don't know about this game.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think this is going to be the VR game, VR MMORPG that we need. I think we need
No,
Sword Art
I-
Online.
I don't
But that's
think
never
it'll-
going to happen.
I don't think it'll be the one we need, but I think it will see a little bit of
What
popularity.
we deserve, though.
So here's that VR. I mean, excuse me, the Unreal Engine for Zelda. I think they did a really good job. Even the music's really nice here.
I mean, what did he really do? He just put the art assets in there, you know. But
No,
you'd be
designed
way
the
more
level.
impressed.
He designed the level too.
Yeah. if there was more like if there's any actual gameplay, I'd be hella impressed, right? Because making gameplay involves a lot more work than.
Well, I mean, that was never his intention. I don't think it was just.
Yeah, I know, obviously, and it was done by one dude, so God bless. You know, I couldn't do it, so. I was being overly critical.
Damn.
But the graphics are gorgeous. I mean, testament to the power of Unreal Engine. And you can actually walk around too, and you jump, you attack.
I have a question for the audience. Did anyone did anyone else pre-order Oculus or Vive? And if so, did you get it yet?
They're never showing up. That's why you didn't have to pay until it ships. They're just never happening. Yep.
At least they don't take my money up front, all right? Like these other games, they never deliver.
It's just a prank, man. It's just a prank.
It's a prank, bro. Douche Dakota, Resident Evil 2 Reborn. I don't think I have.
Yeah, Resident Evil 2 Reborn looks great.
I played several Resident Evil games though. Most recently, the really popular GameCube one, and before that, what was it called? I think it was called Resident Evil. Yeah, it was just called Resident Evil, that GameCube one. But I also played the newer one too.
Alright, so here's a far out there question. Assuming VR takes off, will it segment the market in terms of like gamers? Like all the Candy Crush people are gonna play 2D games on their phones, and all the current PC people are gonna move on to VR. So there'll be like a fundamental difference.
I think there's a logical flaw there in the fact that you don't think there already isn't a segmentation.
It could be.
I think it's possible. I think it's more than possible that the average, let's say, League player also plays, Clash of Clans. Right?
The average Dota player does too, then.
Yeah, I didn't mean to bash on League there. I'm just saying in general. I think there's a lot of cross players. Where let's say in like 10 years when VR took off, right? There won't be any PC games left. There'll just be VR PC games, and then basically there'll be a dimensional difference between casual and hardcore. Possible? No? Yes?
I'm more excited about my VR hentai. I want that to happen. Get on that. Somebody get on it. Matt, make it happen. If VR will be a thing. It already is a thing. They've already sold how many thousands of copies of Oculus?
That just means a fad like the Wii. A lot of people compare it to the Wii. Imagine what if it's the next Wiimote?
Okay, so
it's way more impressive than Wii.
The Wii was so popular that basically all non-gamers I knew owned a Wii. It sold out at Christmas,
everywhere.
like 4 years after it came out. I mean, it was stupid popular, but nobody cares now.
Yep.
But because it was not nearly as cool.
What does that mean?
No, I think you're really underestimating that one too. I mean, it was the first one to have real motion controls.
Okay. But I played the Wii when it came out. I was not that impressed. I think a lot of non-gamers were impressed, but the good thing about VR, it impressed me and it impresses non-gamers. It's way more like the Wii technology.
Why?
The reaction on my older relatives in Turkey when they tried the VR was like there was such joy. They would not get that from Wii. They'd be like, "This is kind of cool,"
I think that's also unfair because you can use the VR for more than gaming, or like Netflix.
Yeah, that's gonna help a lot. Even watching Netflix on there is kind of cool. Watching Twitch on Gear is actually really cool too.
Do you really think you're gonna binge watch like 8 hours of Netflix with a thing strapped to your face?
If it's comfortable, yes. They got to fix it.
No way in hell.
I mean, you might try one episode and say, "Oh, that's pretty cool," and then wait a minute, I can just watch on my TV.
Maybe. But my TV is only like 50 inches. This might be like 200 inches.
I think Omer has like not only bought into the marketing hype, he like drank it wholesale.
Yeah.
No, look.
He drank the Kool-Aid.
Look.
Sure.
I'm usually skeptical on this stuff. I'm not ready to say it. Yeah, they have to fix the resolution because it's got to be 4K. As is, it's like too bad. No, it's
I
nowhere
can
near
see
enough.
people going on like 360 video vacations, right? Or like jumping off volcanoes or stuff. That stuff's cool. Like, and they'll keep trying new experiences. But why would you watch 8 episodes of a 2D show with this thing strapped to your face? Like, I just don't.
If it's comfortable, what's the problem?
Because
Look,
you have
we have
nothing
these
better to
headphones
do.
strapped to our faces. We have these strapped to our faces.
Yeah, and most people prefer most people don't even like these. Most people, if they're by themselves and they're not, talking, they prefer to just have speakers on. Right?
Well, when the VR Hente comes out, you'll be singing a different tune, both of you. All right, you'll
I
feel the VR
won't.
strapped on for hours.
Guys, join us next
No,
week
I
for
really
the
won't.
first VR podcast. And I don't mean a podcast about VR. You have to be wearing an Oculus strapped to your face to listen to our audio signals. And the waves will come at you like in 3 dimensions. You'll be bombarded by these.
We're gonna set it up so that everybody comes from a different direction in like a pentagon, I guess. I don't know.
One of the guns.
Okay, guys, it's the new NVIDIA card is called the P100.
Oh, is that?
P100.
No, I thought it's GTX
that must be
1080.
new news then, right? Because I haven't heard I didn't know.
It says right here, it says the most advanced hyperscale data center GPU ever built, the Tesla P100.
Damn.
The first GPU built on NVIDIA's 11th generation Pascal architecture as of this is news as of an hour ago.
Yeah, it just came out. It's cool.
Yeah, I'm reading this thing.
Yeah, so they
So how much is it gonna cost?
The same as when
Lots
the current
of
line
money.
came out. Yeah, the
It
current.
said it's already in production and will be shipped soon.
Nice.
Boom, baby.
Hi, baby. How are you?
Even the cat's
You want to say
excited.
hi? You want to say hi to the stream? Want to say hi? Say hi? No? Okay. He was on my keyboard. All right, thanks.
I was impressed by virtual desktop when I saw it. That's what makes me think VR would be okay, even on those kind of environments. Yeah, I'm gonna play Maple Story on VR. It's gonna
Oh
happen,
my
boys.
god, why?
Because
Why?
I can! Because I can!
I like how you're like all gung ho about this, but you can't like
What?
You rarely
Hey, guys,
get
quick-
excited about new games, but you're excited about playing a 2D game strapped to your face.
Yes,
Yes!
exactly.
Exactly.
Hey, Erhan, since you're more familiar with tech stuff, when Nvidia says soon, do they mean like soon, or is it like Valve soon?
It's not Valve soon. It'll be this year. It'll be this year.
It'll be in, guys. I've been saying this summer, this whole time. It's been released in summer.
So, yeah.
Oh my god, I have to wait till summer. I guess I don't get mine until that time anyway. Jeez. I can't wait, dude.
He says you guys slowly destroy Matt's soul each week. Yes, we're chiseling away at it. A little piece every week
I love
until we break him.
Matt.
There'll be nothing left.
the CEO of NVIDIA, when he was giving the presentation announcing Pascal, he's a funny guy. He's like, this will be 10 times better than our current thing. And then like, some of you might thinking, how did I come up with the number 10 times? He's like, I use CEO math. I thought that was funny.
Best kind of
Nice.
math.
He just kind of made it up.
You know, Matt will be a believer once he sees the VR hentai. All right, once it's there, and there's no denying its magicalness.
How about this? All right, when VR comes out, we'll have the podcast live in like a living room that we design in the VR,
Ooh.
and our audience members who also spent $2,000 on a thing they strapped to their face can join us in the virtual room and just troll us while we're trying to talk.
You could
Good
do it
idea.
in like Second Life already, like
yeah,
that,
kind of
right?
like that. Yeah, kind of like Second Life.
Oh
We should
God,
make a Second
Second
Life. We should make our own Second Life and call it No Life.
No.
The first VR social game is called No Life.
It's called No Life. Good name. Good name.
Where can be our mascot?
Did you see the photorealistic VR thing on Nvidia?
No.
Yeah, I liked it.
Guys, we have a Patreon, right? And then if you donate enough money, you can touch me in VR.
All right, someone says, question, is Linden Labs working on VR? Yes. They're actually working on a whole new game that's gonna be VR native. So they're gonna be one of the first people on that shit. I think there's a name for it already. I just forgot the name of it. Ooh,
Yeah,
this couch looks so nice in VR.
Photorealism to VR.
What do you think of those pictures?
Looks nice. I think the gaming is not going to be the main application actually for VR. Design will. Like, imagine you go to IKEA, you can like strap one on, and then an employee is kind of guiding you through setting up your room. Like, he'll ask you, how big is your room? Is it about this big? And like you'll
Take
see
a
an
picture
empty
of your room.
Yeah, you'll see like an empty room that looks like the same size as yours. You'll drag and drop, furniture
For all your other stuff.
and colors
Yeah.
and stuff.
And you'll see it all finished up. And you can
That's
just
a
order all at
pretty
once.
huge investment for IKEA, though, to have one in every single store.
But I think it could boost sales a lot.
Yeah, I think
Because like what?
Yeah, I think so.
Imagine you came there to buy like a few items, right? You buy them all, and you see them in the VR room, and then your helper, your curator will be like, "What if you add this over here? Like, well, it fits the room really nicely." He'll put it in front of you, and when you see it in your room, you'll be like, "Yeah, that does look nice." Add to cart. Oh, what about this? Add to cart. That boom, you know. You can upsell you pretty well with it.
Yep. And there's already so much confusion. I don't know if you guys been to IKEA. Like, it does take a while to kind of imagine the item in your room, because when it's in a big showcase, the proportions are kind of off. Like the size, you don't know exactly how big it's going to be in your room. Or I'm just retarded. I don't know, but I had a hard time visualizing it.
Yeah, they have dummy rooms already, as Chaos Shield pointed out, where they dress up rooms in certain
but
ways.
all right,
They can actually save money.
Let's be real though. It looks way better than your room will ever look. Those like
Yes, all the rooms they prepare are always infinitely better than anything I can do. The Grand Weasel.
Right,
Yo,
so
go-
instead of all those dummy rooms, it's just you're gonna be walking into an empty room with an Oculus sitting there, and in the
What?
back they keep all the
It
furniture.
doesn't have to
Just-
be
just
empty.
like
They could be 1,000 presets. So it'd actually be like 1,000,000 dummy rooms to your preference. You know, like he can scroll through dummy rooms for you as you.
No,
have it
I'm
on.
saying you walk into an empty room with an Oculus sitting there, and that's just IKEA now.
yeah. There you go. You can save on show space.
All of IKEA becomes like one booth at a mall, you know? Like imagine
Or one app
They get rid
in-
of all
on
that
Oculus.
space. Hmm?
Jesus Christ, guys. It's like you want to destroy the real world.
Yeah, I do.
After what it's done to
What's
me.
real anyway?
Of course I do.
It's like you walk into an empty room, and that's your room, and you just put on the headset, and there your room is
actually
in
is my
front of you,
room.
but you
That
can't
is-
touch it. But you know, at least I have my room inside my Oculus, right?
Yes. Yo, in the future, we're all gonna live in mansions.
Yeah.
As long as we have our Oculus on.
If you take the Oculus off, you're like in a dump. You're in a cell. And they're extracting your blood every day.
Oh, so the Matrix.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, yeah.
This is,
Can the
May
IKEA
watch.
VR? Can IKEA VR show you how to put their crappy furniture together? No, that's one of those mysteries that will
No,
never be solved.
okay.
Just like a transaction, I pay for that.
I've actually got a great game for teaching you how to put IKEA furniture together.
There's a game for this.
The
Hold
VR
on.
game. Job simulator.
Hold on, I accidentally hit the wrong thing. There we go. There you go.
Let's see. Home improvisation.
This is pretty funny.
Build a loader with your friends. Create a beautiful furniture of your dreams. Oh my god, why would they make a game on this? Why would they
It's
do this?
hilarious.
Just so you
Because
can
it's
make the
hilarious.
trailer.
Who was like, I wish I could do this for fun when they're putting their furniture together.
I think there's like a movement. Like, find all the activities in real life that are like annoying and make a game out of it.
Hey guys, it's 5-player online.
Sunday fun day. Sunday fun day.
We should race so we can finish like
think.
a set first. Yeah, it's 11
Let me see if
bucks.
any other
What?
games to give away.
It's pretty expensive.
You know, VR horror is already pretty amazing. I think it's amazing already. The one demo I saw. It's still simple, but it shows you the potential.
Do you think like in VR, when it gets more realistic, they can like simulate your hand getting chopped off, and you actually feel it, or like you think you feel it for a second?
No.
No?
You might think you'll feel it for like half a second.
Because people
I
feel
mean,
like
if
they're falling, you know?
Let's say you had like a VR body, and the game forced you to constantly look at your arms and use them for tasks, and you did it for a prolonged period of time. You might have like a bad reaction to losing an arm because the brain becomes confused. It's kind of like the opposite of phantom limb syndrome, where you are missing a limb but you still feel sensations. Because like when you feel stuff, it's happening in your brain. It doesn't happen in the arm. The brain has it mapped. So maybe if you could trick the brain's mapping
Brain has it mapped.
with a virtual body.
You can't trick my brain. Maybe you can trick Gummy's brain. All right, my brain is next level.
You could do it with you could do it yourself with a mirror, where like you put a mirror between your two hands and you only look at one side and you have like you.
Yeah, bang the hammer.
With I saw the picture. I never tried that though. Did you try it?
We did it in a neuroscience class or neuropsych.
Did you feel the pain?
Yeah, you do. You don't feel like pain, but your brain is like, what's going on? V.S. Ramachandran.
What is this? Audio shield. All right, this one, yeah. So yeah, how cool would this be, guys? If you guys are playing this while we're podcasting, and you have to like, you gotta deflect Matt's bullshit, you know, as it goes flying at you.
I love the wording on that. Shots fired.
Salvo.
He took out the headphones. Ah.
He took them off.
Thing is, I agree with Matt this episode actually. With I'm on his side.
Yeah, you're on the same side. Look at that.
I still have very strong opinions about our last discussion about Kickstarter people being assholes.
Wait, what? I guess I missed that.
It was a good one you missed.
Wow.
No, yeah, well, we talked about it vaguely in the chat before too. I said anyone who creates a Kickstarter campaign and doesn't follow through, I said they're assholes.
Oh, okay.
It was a very strong discussion we had last time, or the time before that.
We talked about that before I left on Skype.
Yeah. I still maintain they're assholes. How do you feel about that,
I have an
Sean?
idea for you. Why don't you make a Kickstarter and say, I'm going to make the first real VR experience, holodeck. I'm going to build a holodeck. I don't know how yet. Full disclaimer, I have no technical knowledge, but I'm going to raise money, and I promise to use the money to try.
And guess what? Had I done that, I'd be a complete asshole.
No, you wouldn't, because you would be fulfilling your promise of trying.
Yeah.
Your only promise is to try. Your promise isn't to deliver a product.
I'm presenting it as if like I have like a
No.
path to get there.
It's
An Airhouse thought experiment.
I'm a dreamer.
I could be a Kickstarter asshole if I want to do it. I'm not going to because that'd be a dick move.
JFK was not an astrocyentist, but he said, I'm going to put a man on the moon by whatever. And he did it. Right?
Had he not, he would have been an asshole. Had he failed to deliver
calling
a Kickstarter
JFK an
campaign, he
asshole?
would have been an asshole.
JFK was an asshole.
So don't worry. Now you're basically equating asshole with failure, right? Because had he not been able to do it, he was an asshole.
Oh, I'm kidding about that. It's different. It's not even close. You're not taking money from people and promising
He's
things
taking
in
a lot
return.
of money. It's called taxes. The federal government.
Yeah, but that's not the same thing. Those are mandatory.
These are taxes.
It's even worse if it's mandatory.
No.
What? Yeah, it is.
No, that's a whole different issue.
Look, he took money from poor janitors, okay? And he used it to try to put a man on the moon.
janitor?
Okay?
Only janitors got taxed.
Only janitors.
Well, I'm just
Nah.
saying, I guess the rich people that got taxed, they don't care as much. But he took money from everyone.
I can say that's demonstrably false because the rich people care more because they're like, look at all my money. It's not yours.
It's going away.
No. See, the rich people set up shell companies, so they didn't have to pay taxes on their wealth.
Hashtag
Ah.
Panama.
A little bit of relevant jokes here.
Hashtag world news. Sophisticated podcast. Classy people.
I mean, that's like Trump's an asshole because he's super rich, but he's taking donations for his presidential campaign.
That's true, he is. Is he an asshole?
He keeps saying he does. What?
Trump is an asshole, but he's not an asshole for the donation thing.
No, look.
You're right, the
look,
people
we're
donating to him are assholes.
Exactly.
The Kickstarter thing is very clear cut. Kickstarter thing is very clear cut. You're promising things that you can't deliver, and again, it doesn't apply to everybody. It applies to like I would say 90% of bullshit Kickstarter.
Okay,
You're-
but
you're
let's say
equating asshole with failure again. Still,
you're
Listen,
also saying
If
that
an inexperienced person puts a Kickstarter page saying he's gonna make this game, right, and he can't do it, and he knows he doesn't have the technical skills to do it, but he thinks if he just raises money, it's gonna happen, and if he tries, it's gonna happen.
that's such
And he
a
doesn't deliver.
bold claim.
yeah.
You should step on so many goddamn Legos.
You're
all right?
really getting it.
You're
You're,
really-
you're figuring out a lot of people's heads because you're putting a lot of qualifiers. How many
Yes.
Kickstarters like that exist? Probably none, or very few. Or the
You're
guy.
basically talking about scam
Shall I
Kickstarter.
link you
Yeah.
some right now? Let me go to Kickstarter.com and search MMORPG.
But
I
you
bet
can't get in their
anything-
heads. You don't know if they think they can or think they
You
can't.
don't know what their intentions are.
Yeah, exactly.
No, their intentions are irrelevant. Their capability is what's
You
important.
just
I can
made
tell
their intentions relevant. You said
But
if they
also-
don't know they can deliver on it.
More
That was part of
important-
your
I can
criteria.
tell on their Kickstarter page whether they're capable or not right away, based on what they show me on the game.
No, you can't.
I can. You can't. I can.
No,
The confidence is real, boys. The confidence.
You want to
Oh
see a
my
game that
God.
you want to see a game that
Take
no
it,
matter
take
what
it
is
down.
not going to come out? Right here, boys, right here. This
Do
game.
this armored warfare tank. We go to
Here we
your
go.
head.
Caribbean Conquest. I don't care
Oh,
how
yeah,
much
this
money
one
you
came
give
out
these
recently.
guys. This game is never coming out. You can give these guys. You give them 30,000. One guy gives them 30,000 pounds. Doesn't matter. The game's not coming
Okay,
out.
Omer, if it comes out, you are buying everyone on the team a copy for a Sunday Fun Day.
Yes, I will buy everyone a copy of Caribbean Conquest if this game ever comes out. But don't worry, it's never going to come out.
You can buy me one, but don't send it to me. I don't want it. I mean, I think the person who set this up and took the time to set this up wasn't thinking. They weren't like, yeah, I'm gonna get their monies. You know?
Right, Sean, you're right. But
Right.
there's a difference between a fraud and a scammer and an asshole. I said asshole, not a scammer. There's a big difference.
So
Scammers are much
what they're
worse.
really assholes for is for not being able to gauge their abilities and what's required to create a project. Because I think what happens on Kickstarter is a lot of people
Yes, they're assholes.
they have a
for
great
that.
idea, but they don't understand the steps needed to execute that idea. And that doesn't necessarily make them assholes, it
Yeah.
makes them ill-informed.
Yeah,
It makes them
Omar-
novices.
See, I
you
have
know?
a feeling Omar says anyone with like who's incapable or a failure, he equates that with asshole. I don't know why. I don't.
No,
Like-
because they're taking money and promising you things.
They're not taking money. Let's get that.
I
Don't
mean,
say that.
let's look. Let's go to the bottom of this, because they only have a risks and challenges.
Right, they're soliciting donations. That is not
Okay,
the same
so-
as taking money.
Okay, by this same logic, then G2A is taking money from developers because they're unauthorized and don't send the fees
Oh, well,
back.
They're not taking
So
anything from
legitimate.
developers. Developers aren't losing anything. They're not
Yeah,
taking-
but they are. They are
No.
losing money because they're not being sent money by G2A sales.
Matt, so if you don't give me $10 right now, you're taking $10 from me. Using that logic, Matt, give me $10 or you're taking $10 from me. That logic doesn't make sense.
No, well, all right, that's a bad explanation. But Matt, to your point, it's basically resale, right? So, if I buy a DVD and I sell it to Omar for $5 and I bought it for 10, did the studio lose money?
The studio got the only money they would have gotten.
Yeah. So GTA,
Yeah.
I mean,
There's only one potential sale, and,
I mean,
and they got
G2A,
it.
G2A CD keys were bought somewhere, right? Unless they were completely, they were eventually somehow bought.
With stolen credit cards.
Well, that seems to be the problem. Of,
G2A, please sponsor us. Can we get one of those sponsor roles, please?
I mean, honestly, I think G2A is doing a service though, because they're going to be hardening the payment process, the fraud alerts. I mean, they're kind of the conduit between a faulty system, right? So yeah,
But my point is, he's saying they're taking money when people are handing it over
Yes.
willingly.
exactly. I see.
Yes. Okay. Here's the problem. Yes, you are handing it over willingly, but you're told
That-
you're getting all this stuff.
But the thing is,
No,
what I was trying to equate
Yeah,
that
yeah,
to
yeah,
is
yeah,
like,
yeah.
No.
hey,
Yeah,
what
yeah,
I
yeah.
was trying to equate that to though is like developers are willingly handing over these Steam keys to someone who is then selling them to someone else, who is then selling them to someone else for a profit.
I don't see it.
So what's the problem with that?
It's a different.
So I don't know. Whatever.
That could be a discussion for another
Let's-
podcast, because
let's
obviously
have
they
that
do get a lot of
next
heat.
or later, because we'll definitely do that. We'll do a weekly raid. Are G2A assholes? Yes or no?
Oh, I found a picture.
No, no, no,
Good,
no,
that's good. That's fair.
I found a
But
video
when it
of
comes to
Windows
assholes,
65.
on
The
Kickstarter,
random Let's Play, he said it pretty clearly too. If you claim that you can make a product, if you given money and you can't follow through, then I think you're an asshole.
Okay, but when you say that, that carries a lot of weight. That says that you have a campaign that says we can deliver. A lot of these campaigns, like here, a lot of them say they have no idea. They always put in their risk.
If you don't think you can do it, why are you putting a Kickstarter page up?
But that's
You have to
not fair,
By
man.
putting the Kickstarter page up, you have to think you can do it. Otherwise, you wouldn't put that page up in the
Omer,
first place.
No, I
Omer,
don't see
that's not fair though, because they definitely can't do it if they don't get the money.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
They put it on Kickstarter because they can't
They
do
think
it.
they can do it. If they didn't think they can do it, they would have put the page up, right?
Omar, you're not being fair. Here's why. Ready? Even professionals often can't fulfill their job. Like for example,
Yes.
EverQuest Next, right? They're the guys who made EverQuest 1, EverQuest 2, so clearly they're well positioned to make EverQuest Next. But it fell apart. These things happen.
Problem,
They're not assholes.
it falls
It just
apart,
falls
yeah.
apart.
They're not assholes, no.
And they took
Whose
people's
money did
money.
they lose? Whose money did they lose? Investors, which already knew the risks, and they did a monetary reward if they
But
succeed.
they also took people's money under the pretense that Landmark was going to tie into
They're
EverQuest
the
Next.
founders packs.
Okay, and guess what, Matt? They're assholes for doing that.
They are
I
assholes.
think I can pretty.
But they still
definitively
got
say-
a game. That's the thing. They're still delivering Landmark, which is what they paid for. They didn't pay for EverQuest Next. So how are they assholes?
I'll tell you why. Because
On
they
your
told
metric.
everyone that they told people that Landmark stuff could be done in could be used in EverQuest Next. Which, by the way, it couldn't now because it's gone. That was an asshole move.
Your metric is so fucked, though. That's what I'm getting at.
Oh, look. If anyone puts a Kickstarter page
How
up,
is
they
it
have to
the
believe they can
developer's
build a
fault
project.
that Sony sold their studio to some other company. Like how is
He's
that
not the asshole.
Who's the asshole in this equation?
The
Sony?
Kickstarter people
They
are
bring-
assholes. Oh, the people that. No,
Oh
the
my
people-
god, the Kickstarter people aren't even in this equation.
You talk about EverQuest Next. In EverQuest Next, the people that marketed Landmark are assholes because they told you.
But the marketing
that,
team just got orders from the company. It's not
Okay. Okay. When it's a bigger organization, the blame is more diffused, obviously. Okay, because how many people work at Daybreak? Hundreds. Okay. The company did an asshole move by promising things and then just not giving it to you. How are they not assholes? You think they're not assholes?
I think you're equating failure with being an asshole. That's
If
basically
you promise
I
something
think
you
the-
can't, ready. If you promise something you can't deliver, you're an asshole. Guess what? Everyone that bought Landmark, you know what they were promised?
can't deliver or just fail to deliver after trying.
Failed to deliver. Doesn't matter.
Wait,
Failed-
how
they
is this-
didn't
Exactly.
deliver.
It doesn't
They
matter. Then
did
you
not
just say if you lose, you're an asshole. That
No.
seems to be the
No.
your
Listen,
basis
ready?
here.
There are
Oh, little
so
Jimmy,
many.
you're just a little asshole.
No. Ready? Plenty of games get canceled without taking money from people and promising them things.
No,
they're not
they all
assholes.
take money from
Things
somebody.
happen.
They all take money from somebody.
Investors
How is this still
agree
going
to the
though?
risk. These aren't even the same thing. When you invest money in a company, you recognize you can lose that money.
Okay,
When
but you
you're-
also recognize you can lose that money when you put it into anything. I mean,
Yeah,
you
but
could
you don't
hate
you
the
don't make
game
a
and
ton
not
of
get a
money off
refund.
of it though.
You don't
You're
make
not
a
making
return.
any money. You don't make a return. You're
Investors
signing
do
up for a product.
return.
Yeah, I mean that's not even a fair comparison because
Yeah.
if you're investing in the company, you can expect
There's upside as well as downside.
multiples of multiplication on your money. You know,
Very
but-
clear. If you promise something and you don't do it, whether it's failure,
Look,
you're not. There's a few
if you sell
extreme examples
something-
where if a meteor hits you, it's different.
No, if you pre-sell, like pre-order, okay, that's different than Kickstarter. Kickstarter is, listen, I got nothing. I need some money. I'm gonna try this project. That's what Kickstarter is.
That's nobody words their project the way you did it because the way you word it is an honest way to word it. And in case
They
you're not
do
an
word it
asshole,
longer,
you say
I
I
mean-
got nothing. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. If you say that and then they still give you money, God bless. All right,
At
you
the
got nothing
bottom,
wrong
there's
with you.
always risks and shit, and everyone.
Yeah. You know the riskier says the most nonsense. Oh, there are unforeseen risks that projects undertake, and things may happen. What the fuck does that mean? It's a copy and paste from some other Kickstarter page.
Look,
This.
also the format of Kickstarter now. Look, maybe when Kickstarter first came out, you could have argued ignorance. Like people don't know what they're getting into. Are they investors? Are they customers? Are they something else? But now, today, 2016, it's very well established what Kickstarter is, and there's
Yeah,
been enough
gambling.
failures
Okay.
that we know.
Kickstarter is
Okay.
gambling.
Omer, let me put it this way.
Yeah.
Mighty Number 9 is being made by a company with a lot of experience, okay?
Okay.
It still has not come out. It could get canceled at any minute. It has been delayed since April 2015.
Okay. It's 1 year.
It's a Kickstarter game.
Okay.
And it could still get canceled at any minute by a established team with a lot of experience.
There's a big difference between delays and a game that's never coming out, like Greedmonger, which
But
is obviously a piece of shit from the beginning, and there was no chance of coming out, and then raising $100,000. scamming people out $100,000.
You don't. You
'Cause
didn't know
they
ahead of time it was going to come out.
That's the thing. And I mean, like I said, if Mighty Number 9 get canceled tomorrow, people are still going to put money into other Kickstarters by established companies because, oh, that's the safe route. But what if it's not?
If the game is by an established company, it's going to come out. I have no doubt it's going to come out then. It would be like and I feel like if the established company would refund you if the game didn't come out.
How are they going to refund you? The money's gone. They didn't go through investors. They had Kickstarter money.
They have their name on the line too. They have their name on the line as like a big company. Like they're
if it's a big company, yeah.
Yeah.
For example, that Shenmue game. You think that's not going to come out after they took all that money from fans? Like Sony's publishing it, right? They put their name on that. They're going to refund it if it's not going to come out.
Okay, Omer, this failed, but look at the campaign. What do you think of the campaign? Oh, I put it in Skype. Oops.
It's fine. I'm looking at it.
I'll put it up on screen.
I'll put it on here in case people are curious. The EverQuest. I don't think you could have bought EverQuest Next. You could have bought Landmark, right? There was no pre-orders for EverQuest Next.
No, just Landmark.
Okay, that's fine.
Is this guy working in a bathroom? Those are bathroom tiles.
Okay, so for example, Altai and Matt, you guys think if EverQuest, if Daybreak said, you know what, pre-orders for EverQuest Next. Oh, too bad it's not coming out. Unforeseen circumstances, you're all fucked.
If it's a Kickstarter.
You're okay? No, it's on their website.
But that's a pre-order.
That's a pre-order.
You are-
That's different.
But you're buying it from them with something clearly stating that you are putting money to get a product back.
Guess what? It very clearly says on Kickstarter, if you donate a certain amount of money, you get a digital copy of the
If
game.
they succeed,
Yeah, it's the same
that's
thing.
the thing. If they succeed, that's not. It's not the same
Kickstarter
implications.
is not a pre-order website.
The Kickstarter puts at the
Very
bottom.
much-
Okay,
If
Riz,
you're irresponsible
It's
enough
sold
to
as
put up a
is.
Kickstarter and say that you're gonna give people shit, and then you're just like, oh well, I failed, and you're irresponsible enough, then you're an asshole.
No, you're
Yes,
not.
Actually-
you're an asshole.
I have
not-
a radical opinion. Radical opinion.
You're an
If
asshole.
you donate to a Kickstarter and don't understand the risks of your donation, you're the asshole.
Yes.
Okay.
I
So
said
that's,
last week.
yeah.
I agree with that.
I agree to that too. I have no sympathy for people that lose money on funding bad Kickstarter games. Zero sympathy, right? But that's a separate issue, okay? I think the people that
You're
No,
really an
I
asshole.
think
You're
they're
a
tied.
sucker. I mean,
I think
it's
they're tied.
different.
it makes you an asshole.
Listen. Matt, one more example I want to say. Let's say I volunteer at the local church, okay? I tell them I'll be there on Tuesday to serve some food to the homeless people, right? And I just don't go. Am I an asshole?
That
I
is
committed to going
completely
somewhere.
different.
I committed to doing something, and I didn't do it. I'm an asshole.
But that's like saying,
But
okay,
you're-
that's like
okay,
saying if you don't
Omer,
show
you
up, if you
had
don't
it-
even boot the Unreal Engine and try to make a game.
If all he does is boot on Legend, doesn't do
Okay,
shit.
but Omer, the problem is you padded your example with an extreme that people are going to sympathize with.
That's a good
That's
point.
my point. It's extreme, yes.
No,
But listen,
okay, so I'm going to
You were
help a
saying
rich
you
guy.
could do something.
No,
You
wait,
don't do it.
I'm going to go do volunteer garden work for a rich guy that could have hired hired someone to do it for him anyways, and I don't
Oh,
show
I
up.
like
Am I an
this- I like this
asshole?
counter
Don't
example.
go. You're an asshole. Yes.
No, because he's just going to hire someone else to do it anyway.
Why did you volunteer then? Okay. By the way, I want to.
Okay,
differentiate
that's the point. It's not the rich guy's fault or my fault. It's
Yes,
or
it is. If you say you're gonna go and you don't
Okay,
go,
ready?
you're an asshole.
Okay, I want to
Period.
donate, right, to his garden, the rich guy's garden, and if something comes up that I unforeseen for me, am I an asshole?
The garden is destroyed in a fire.
You didn't donate then. You said you were gonna donate. What does that mean?
I was gonna do his gardening, okay? Then something came up for
Okay,
me.
yeah, fine. If you said you do his garden, you didn't do. I don't care what. You're an asshole.
What?
Unless, like, again, I said very specifically.
But I
extreme
realized
circumstances.
I got there.
My
Say
dog died. I
there.
gotta burn my dog. All right. I still gotta go to the garden.
Sure. Extreme circumstances, you're fine.
But you say they're assholes because
Do you
extreme
think these people want to
circumstances
fail?
are-
Like when they make a game, do you think
course not,
Kickstarter,
no.
they want to fail? Like that's what they do. Oh, I'm gonna blow all this money on the game. I'm gonna try and just fail on purpose in 3 years.
Okay, that's
No,
like you
their
are making
intentions
fun
are
of.
good. Their
Okay.
intentions are good. I
Guys,
had no problem.
you don't have you don't have to like want to fail to like
have
be
no chance of succeeding.
irresponsible, to be irresponsible. It's
Omer,
like,
the-
Irresponsible.
no one
Omer.
wants to fail a thing, you know.
you keep picking on like Greedmonger and stuff, but you forget that the problem with Greedmonger is there was a lot of internal drama the whole time. Like it was fine up till the Kickstarter. As soon as money came in, there was a whole bunch of internal drama.
Fine.
The one guy-
video I saw
Those
about the
guys
game
are
is
assholes
embarrassing.
for having their internal drama over their actual
What if
promise to
what if
do.
it's only
Okay.
one guy that's causing it and the other guys
Then
can't
he's
get
an
anything done?
asshole.
Then he's an asshole. They're
feel
not
like-
assholes.
They're assholes.
know?
They should kick them out. They should kick them out and just did without
But
it.
they
It's not always
tried.
easy to kick
That's
someone
the
out.
Thing.
Yeah.
One,
Miss-
the guy that was
like-
being the asshole had the rights to the name and everything else and the
It's
money.
The CEO. The CEO
That seems-
is insane, and he has this money, and he starts spending it poorly. He has no idea how to manage a project because it's his first time managing. These companies exist, and then they blow
Listen,
the whole thing
Greenberger is
because of
one of
poor
them.
management.
And listen,
It happens
you
all
guys
the
are taking
time.
it to the extreme. When I say they're assholes,
taking
I
it
don't
to
mean
the
they're the
extreme,
scum of the
too.
earth. Asshole does not mean scum of the earth. I hope they step on lots of Legos, and that's all I said. They shouldn't be killed. Jeez, I said they're better than this.
No, they should be
People that are-
crucified.
People that are outright scammers are much worse, obviously. And again,
Yeah,
there's a huge difference between scammers and assholes. They are assholes.
People who aren't goalie, at least.
When
goalie,
I say I'm going to do
elite are
something,
assholes.
Matt, when I say I'm going to do something, like I'll make a website for a client, I'll do something for somebody, I'm going to do it.
All right,
And if I don't, I'm an asshole.
I got an idea for you, Mark. Ready? Somebody says this, all right? I'm gonna get the Golden League. I'm gonna do it. I promise. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna wake up and try every day, 8 hours.
He's
a day.
doing it for himself, not for me.
No, let's say he says he's on Twitch. He's streaming. He says, if you donate, I can keep trying. I can try harder. I can get the goal faster, because I don't have to go to work. And you give him money, and you see him playing. He's literally playing in front of you, 8 hours, 12 hours a day, and he just can't do it. He sucks ass at League. All right.
He's not really promising you anything.
Yes, he's promising you to get the goal.
Here's the difference. No, you are always promised digital copies or other things on these campaigns. You're not promised anything.
Yeah, you're promising.
He's doing it for himself.
You're promised digital pixels on your Twitch screen showing the gold logo on his Twitch.
That's nothing, though. That's not an actual thing.
Nothing is nothing. Everything is digital.
Where do you draw the line between something? Where do you draw the line between what constitutes reward for your donation?
Sure. If he
it could be
said-
completely.
yeah.
It could be completely abstract. I don't see what the difference is.
If he very
They're both
clearly says,
rewards.
"I will get the gold if you give me $20," I give him $20. He doesn't get the gold. Yeah, he's an asshole. What do you want from me?
But you
If
see,
he says he's
I
gonna
don't think
try,
he's an
that's
asshole.
different.
He's just someone who doesn't understand the.
If he
doesn't
tries, if he
understand
says, "I'm
what
going
it
to
takes.
try to get the gold," and
Look,
he can't, that's fine.
people by their very nature are horrible at predicting the future. They don't understand their limits. They don't understand the steps taken to perform a task. Human beings just suck ass. So maybe all human beings are assholes. I'm willing to agree to that. But to call someone an asshole because they didn't understand those, they're just being people. I mean, it's very hard, especially for a lot of these projects, to follow through. Making a game isn't easy, and people especially who are new to the industry or they haven't worked with a team before, like in a Kickstarter, they're just immature. They're like children.
Yes.
They're not assholes.
Yes, immature. Yes,
I think
that's
I'm
part
Children
of
are
it.
little shits. I'll agree, but that doesn't mean they're all assholes. They're just children. I mean, that's what it really comes down to.
Yeah, and
you're
they're
making,
assholes
you're
too,
making
then.
too many assumptions on people's state of mind when they make these Kickstarters.
They're
I don't think it's fair.
optimistic. They're enthusiastic.
if
their
they're,
minds
if
are
they're
have a
promising
gradient
things,
of,
if they say they're going to poor planning. Poor planning by itself is not a problem. When you take donations and other people's money and then fail to deliver, you're an asshole. If you blow your own money, you blow your dad's money. I don't care.
The kind of people who deliver are the kind who say they can deliver without knowing if they can, because they're go-getters, right? Nobody, like, the guy who says, "Oh, I'm going to try, but I'm not sure. Maybe I'll make a game in 4 years." That's not the kind of guy who's going to actually deliver. The guy who delivers is going to be, "I know I can do this," even if he doesn't know. Yeah.
Oh man,
You know what we
the
should
thing is that you keep forgetting. They don't know if they can do it. If they're going to Kickstarter, it's their last resort, basically. Like,
No, I disagree with that. Nowadays, I don't think Kickstarter is a last resort anymore.
for a lot of people it is, but for some people it isn't. But anyways, when you
I
pick
don't
up
think you,
this
I don't
crap
think you need
on
any money to make a game. If you just know your shit, you can do it solo.
Oh my god, that is so ignorant. It's not even funny.
You cannot.
Like,
No, you
Stardew Valley.
You
Boom.
need money to live. It
Yeah,
takes a
you
long
need money to
time.
live. That's it. You need money to
yeah,
live.
so, yeah.
Yeah, but you need the money
what the
to
Kickstarter
live
is.
while you're doing the game. That is why people go on Kickstarter for solo projects.
The problem is when I see people who have zero experience on Kickstarter. That's what that grinds my gears the most. The guys who have zero and
Then don't donate to them. It's
I'm
that
not going
simple.
to. But the problem is they're almost hiding behind the veil of like the Kickstarter page I linked to that pirate game, right? Nowhere does it say their experience level, right? They purposely don't mention that. You know why? Because if they said we have no experience, they won't get any money.
Omer, but this is every startup. You hide what you don't want people to see so that you get the money you need.
So they want to trick me into paying for them to learn how to program. That's what they're doing. That's their intention. They don't know how to
It's
program.
not
'cause
their
like you said,
intention.
It's their intention is to extract money from me so they can learn how to do this
There's
shit.
a difference between no experience and not knowing how to program. No experience making a full game for retail is not the same as not knowing how to program.
No experience is most of these people. All right.
There are a lot of distinctions you're not making, though.
Are we recording this?
Again,
This is good
they're
news.
not, again, this doesn't
It's gonna
apply to
be on-
everyone.
It's
They're,
gonna
they're,
be on the Twitch, so I guess somebody can download it and put it up. Yeah, this is longer than the actual podcast. It's getting there.
all right. This is a good discussion. We should put this on YouTube too.
So we know what we should do. We should do a test. We should do an experiment. Let's make a Kickstarter. We'll take everyone's money and we won't deliver, and we'll find out if we feel like assholes afterwards or not. We'll do
feel
a
like
little,
an asshole.
subjective experiment.
Okay, I'm
I would
saying
like-
right now, I don't support it, so I will not be an asshole.
No.
I wouldn't do that because I'm not an asshole. All right?
All right, more money for me. All right, I only need
But as long as,
200,000.
but Matt, as long as Sean says I'm gonna give it the old college effort, you're not gonna say he's an asshole.
I didn't work in college, so I'm all good with that one.
Old college effort, you know.
All right, well, we beat that one to death too. So let's.
Yeah, we did.
I was very passionate about that, so it was worth bringing back up.
Good on passion.
Hey, I'm a passionate dude when it comes to Kickstarter
Sean
scams.
is the real asshole here.
I'm all right with that. as long as it pays my bills, I don't care.
Sean
Oh,
doesn't believe
man.
in free will, guys. What do you guys think of that?
I don't believe in free will. No.
Even though I proved to
Sean
him
hates.
mathematically that free will does exist.
On a microscopic level, sure. On a macro level, as we learned, Erhan, there are different levels, hierarchies.
But if the macro is based on the micro, then there you go.
But
Ooh.
but you can't examine them at the same time. You can only understand the elements confined to one level.
So you know how sometimes you're feeling
Right.
depressed, guys, and then and like an hour later you could be in a good mood? What if that's actually just
That's
quantum mechanics at work?
What
No?
the fuck?
No.
What if it's the theory of big balls in your face at work?
Ooh,
I like the theory of big balls in your face.
I like big balls.
that was from that hentai, which had really bad
Yeah.
dubs.
It was like a long winding turn.
Oh, what a good video.
The bowels of the universe.
I gotta pee.
Man, I'm fucking. Right now, I just went back to guild chat. Damn.
All right, that's okay place to cut it off anyway. We'll put this on this last bit on YouTube as well, probably, because we had a good discussion.
Indeed. All right, guys. Thanks for sticking around for all that circular arguments.
That big circle jerk. Woo!
Oh, the good old circle jerk.
All right. Yep. We'll see you guys on Sunday for Orcs Must Die. Hopefully they get their server shit in order.
Join us next week and make sure to tell your friends about the podcast, guys. Spread the word. We would appreciate that a lot.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll be back next week if Erhan and Omer aren't too busy working on their tank.
Also, we're gonna make a
Matt.
Kickstarter, guys. So
For a tank.
For
It looks like it's just Erhan and I, so we'll be getting all the money.
actually, guys, imagine a Kickstarter to start a country, like to start an army.
Oh, to
Kicks-
kickstart your own like PMC?
Yeah, there we go.
I'm down with that. We don't know what we're doing. We don't understand the risks. So, it's not our fault. We're not assholes when we accidentally,
Yeah, if
start
anyone
World War
dies,
III.
including us or other people,
It's
I'm
not our
sorry,
fault.
Witchy. I'm sorry, Witchy. We haven't started our rewards program yet. I mean, that's coming in like 2020, maybe.
The rewards program is hashtag no scam.
Hashtag no scam. That's key.
well, all right. That's enough. Goodbye.
Use the code.
See ya.
Wonderful. That's a good Kickstarter.
Bye. Stop.
Peace.
Later,
Take
guys.
care, guys.
Later.